What's up, Mac Nowstalgia? Dave here with a review of FKA Twigs' third album, Eusexua. This is the follow-up to the mixtape from 3 years ago, January 2023. And yeah, FKA Twigs, I think the reputation is well known at this point. She is the modern art pop goat, in terms of truly alternative pop music, truly avant-garde pop music. She's run circles around anyone else doing this type of music. She doesn't really have any peers in that space. And as a result, when she makes music, these projects are full statements, artistically, vision wise, and the creativity is boundless. And does everything work on an FKA Twigs project? No, it never does. But the amount of risks that are taken with the music is why she's so interesting as an artist. And when you get the moments of pure brilliance in her music, again, there's no peers. So needless to say, I was very much anticipating the next FKA Twigs project when we would get it. Eusexua, has been some build up to this. We had the single Perfect Stranger last fall, which I liked quite a bit. And now we have the album, and it's a bit of a surprise for what the album is and what it isn't. FKA Twigs' third album, Eusexua, is FKA Twigs making a dance album. Perhaps we could have seen this coming after Capri Songs, off the strength of a song like Tears in the Club, a song I love. However, this is incredibly committed to being a dance album. This is drum and bass, this is deep house, this is European as fuck. However, it'll still be familiar as a Twiggy album because the richness of the instrumentation, the arrangements, the diversity and variety over the course of an entire song is present like only her music can be. Of course, the song to song effectiveness is up and down like a lot of her music is, but there is some great stuff on here once again. FKA Twigs, more than anything, just really stands out to me as a unique talent. Like, the music just always is interesting to me, even when it's not fully working. But I think this album is very successful more often than not. Track 1, the title track, Eusexua, I love the big synth build, the way the drums pick up. It's just very rich the way it's produced. Track 2, Girl Feels Good, the progression with the drums I really appreciate. The song starts off a little simpler and then it really gets going, almost like a sci-fi like vibe by the end. Hard to explain a lot of times, like what you're like taking away, just because there's so much going on with all this type of music. I mentioned track 3, Perfect Stranger. I love the vocal performance from Twigs on this. The drums drop when the bridge kicks in, so great. I think the chorus is just okay, but there's just so many great melodies, vocal melodies from Twigs throughout the rest of the song that I still think it's really successful. But this song probably could have been even better, I think, which is a little bit stronger, of course. Track 4, Drums of Death, featuring Corliss, one of the key co-producers that Twigs had on this project. Drums of Death is definitely one of the highlights. This song is aptly titled. The drums are crazy on this track. And also some big auto-tune from Twigs vocally. But that's a song with a lot going on, but I think it's really successful. Room of Fools, just a crazy dance beat, super fast tempo. Going into Sticky, which I think also is a big highlight. This one has really simple keys, stripped down vocals at the start. And I just love the way the beat builds up and expands, and then we get this layered, dubbed over singing. I think the mixing and arranging on this song is fantastic. And then you have this distorted outro, crazy song. Keep It, Hold It, I love the call and response vocals, and it's like a total breakbeat. It's really cool, fire song. And then Out of Nowhere, but perhaps not out of nowhere, it's FKA Twigs album, anything can happen. The next song, Childlike Things, features none other than Northwest. I believe this is her first vocal performance, not, affiliated with Kanye, her dad, of course. And this song is really cool. It's super energetic, super poppy. I love Twigs on it. And then North gives you a Japanese rap verse. She's rapping in Japanese. And all I have to say is arigato. Like, that song was fire. I like Striptease, another song with a lot going on. And then the last song, Wanderlust. Interestingly, vocally, the delivery reminded me a lot of Charlie XCX. Obviously, they're both British. They both dabble in the outer reaches of pop music, but by comparison, Charlie is a lot more down the middle compared to the Twigs, which says a lot about where Twigs is, I feel like. But yeah, I know this was a cool record. I mean, when I think of the best FKA Twigs project front to back, it still has to be album 2, Magdalene. But everything she does is always so interesting, and it's never boring. And that's the type of artist I love to love, because even when it's not fully working for me, there's just so much to be interested in and pay attention to, and I find it very interesting and very rewarding to revisit. So yeah, I think this is a interesting record. I'm gonna hopefully find songs of this that I would love to pair with Tears in the Club from Capri Songs. I love that track. That song is also a bit more conventional in its structure. Obviously, it features The Weekend after all, and maybe that's why I latch onto it a little bit more. But thematically and production wise, it's very much in sync with some of the stuff we get on Eusexua. But yeah, let me know, what did you think of this album? Obviously, this is an album that will get a ton of various opinions and reception, like all her music does. What did you think of it? Let me know. And for more music reviews, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.